We're back on another Friday. We're going to thank Open Doors again. We're going to snap it up for our DJ. And we're going to clap it up for ourselves. It's good to see everybody in this mug, man. I'm hot to the mug, too, up here. So anyways, let's get this shit started. Got us off that black power tip and hooked us on that crack powder shit. Killed our leaders and poisoned our brains. 400 years later, we're still living in vain. Killing each other, revolving in pain. Fighting off our ancestors, carrying our oppressors' names. Uneducated with no illusion of truth. Living this lying and selling it to our youth. I think that generation's lost. With no future, because we don't know our past. And those who think they are first are surely last. While our history, it goes beyond the shackles and slave ships. It starts with spirituality, mathematics, and hieroglyphs, but we wouldn't know this. Because we are programmed to destroy our thinking. And what we are taught in school just leaves our minds shrinking. Kings and queens turned into slaves. Our God mistaken, only believing in the one they gave, but have no clue who our ancestors praised. We are dazed. It confuses the enemy. Taught to hate ourselves and destroy our identities. Left with black on black crime and destruction of our communities. Cleaning the money, alcohol, and drugs like these are our entities. Wake up. Yet anyone who tries is slain by a corrupt system created to leave us all mentally enslaved, knowing that our education is the biggest threat. Because with enough time, we are bound to forget those who died trying to free our minds, so they make us sports stars and give us a network that leaves us blind. Stop and notice how people look. If they don't see us dribbling the ball, they get shook and scared if we have a book, because knowledge is power and so is the color of your skin. So stop trying to pretend the true enemy's within, because how will they ever like you if you don't like the color of your own skin? Don't point the finger and blame. Dispose of your shame. Now stand up and take back your name. You are not Johnson. You are not Smith. What you are is what you decide to do once you get tired of their shit. What we are is what we do when we unify and stop begging for equality, because here there is none. And the only thing left to do is to grab a gun and shoot back, because there are more blacks dying in this country than soldiers in Iraq. Now where is the real war at? It's in the hearts of our youth, because they don't know which way to go. I gave up on older folks because they still think change should come with the vote. We're brainwashed. Bash Garvey, when he tried to get us back on the boat, we're brainwashed. Thought equality would come through songs of peace and hope. We're brainwashed. We're brainwashed. Nonviolent movements hoping they found compassion after our jaws broke. Man, y'all got me. Y'all got me. I'm going to stop right there. Y'all ain't even ready for it. I'm going to stop right there. Y'all ain't even ready for it. Y'all got me. I had to wait. I had to remember where the hell I was. So welcome back to Speak Your Truth. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little bit of mine. We do this every second and fourth Friday. Right here. Do our thug dizzle. Let me break down the rules before I call up who's first. Which I ain't seen the list yet. So who is first? I don't even know that. The list. Who signed up? Flash. You're first? Oh, perfect. Yeah, man. I ain't even did the rules yet, man. I ain't coming up yet, man. Straight up. Shout out to the DJ, though. But anyways, no, I got to break these rules down first. Number one rule that we have here is come in here and speak your truth. Don't be ashamed to do it. Be unapologetic with your truth, all right? Number two, respect other people's truths, because if you look around, we're all different, and somebody may think a little bit different than you, and they may come up here and express that, and we want to keep this space where we can allow that to happen. You know what I mean? Because you grow when your truth is challenged. You know what I'm saying? That's how growth happens, and that's kind of what we invite. This is growth. This is healing, right? Number three, ain't no fighting in this bitch. All right? None of that shit. All right, this is a place of peace, a place of love, you know. So we ain't doing none of that. All right, we're gonna love each other, we're gonna protect each other, and we're gonna be here for one another. All right, all right, respect. So without further ado, I'm gonna shut my ass up. Vlad, come on up here, my guy. Speak your truth.
All right, so last night I came home and it was like at 3 in the morning after work, so I haven't had much time to prepare. I wrote something down, I haven't had time to learn it. like to memorize it, so I'm gonna read it. Little thing before I start, because of the fact that all of the information provided by me today is based on my personal opinion and experience, kindly requested not to perceive the information as truthful, but to verify its authenticity personally. All characters in the stories you'll hear today, even the ones based on the real people, are totally fictional. Those stories not to be considered as an attempt to insult your nation, religion, race, or your feelings. Thank you, and let's begin. So, today, how are you doing, guys, today? We're good? Okay. So today I would like to talk about how Americans see things differently than Russians or Ukrainians do, because I'm personally Russian and Ukrainian, and I always get those really weird questions like, is it true that you guys Russian always drink vodka, sit with bears, and play harmonica? That is not true. So let me ask you, what does most part of the Americans do when some of their things breaks, like phone, TV? You throw them away, right? And you buy a new one, because you need a new TV. If your phone breaks, you need a new phone, you buy a new phone, right? So, you know, a lot of people like me to tell stories because I have plenty of those. So, I haven't lived in a rich family. My first phone was Nokia 21010, which is a really old phone with buttons. Let me tell you, it was 3 times older than me. And it had 5 apps and 1 game. My first game on my phone was Little Snake game. It was black and white. And don't even get me started on the memory on that phone. It wasn't even in gigabytes. And in my childhood, when I was little, the way we were installing the games, we had this wonderful thing called IK Port. And I can bet any money in the world, almost all of you don't know what that is. It was a Bluetooth of my childhood. So why am I telling you this boring-ass configuration of my old phone? I had the phone for over 4 years. I could drop it from like 10th floor of the building on the concrete and it won't break. I'm not lying to you. You can try to burn that phone, it'll be burning. If you call it, it'll ring. The screen will melt, it'll still ring. I never had any fancy toys in my life. My first pistol I was playing with was a stick that I actually could find on the street, and it just looked like a pistol, you know. I started working in the age of 14, and let me tell you, in Ukraine it's legal. Ukraine, Russia, doesn't matter. I was selling SIM cards for the phones. I had profit like of 25% of it of sales, and I was getting paid like $5 a whole entire day. And I mean it. I was starting at 8 in the morning and finishing at 2 p.m. Then I had 2 hours break, and since my city was so small I could go home, it was taking me like 30 minutes to go home and 30 minutes to get back, so minus an hour. So I had 1 hour to go home, eat some food, and get rest. And then I was starting back from 2 in the morning and until like, at 2 p.m. and like until 2 in the morning. And I was getting home. And by 8 in the morning next day, I was supposed to be at work. And for all that, I was getting paid $5. And for like 2014, 2013, that was a huge money for me. I could go to the store, buy some food, give some money to my mom, and I still had some money to like go with my friends and have fun. Once I started working in Ukraine, I realized how tough it is to make money. And here you guys making money pretty easy. I'm talking about teenagers. Because you don't have to worry about paying for rent, utilities, your car credit, if you have one. And if something, you always know your parents will always have your back. So I want to say that teenagers in the United States don't see the value of many things in their life. I broke my new iPhone 8. I'm gonna go and get a new one. My mom will pay for the rest of the old one. Sometimes we don't even realize that some things can be fixed and no need to throw them away. It's not that hard. I was raised without my biological dad, and I was taught to do everything myself. By who? By me. I learned how to shave on my own, how to fix car on my own, and let me tell you, by the time I was learning all that, I haven't had my phone that I could unlock and go on the YouTube and be like, hey YouTube, how can I change my tire? Or go on the Google and like, hey, how do I change my oil? I had to go around the neighborhood and I had to ask the people who actually know how to do it to teach me on their own car. And I had to pay them because to change the oil, you gotta buy them an oil so that they can show me how can I change the oil in their car first and then in mine. So the people in Russia and Ukraine, because of the fact that they don't make a lot of money, they learn how to fix things so that they can save up some money. When I got here, I met a woman, I was 18, we started dating, nothing super different, kisses, walks, and you know, right now, I really miss that person. She died in a car crash, and I literally right now, I remember when I was writing this scenario, I'm not gonna lie to you, I literally walked out of the house, and I went for a 5 hours walk until the morning when I finished it. Because all of the memories that I had in my head, and all that time that I realized that I spent useless, I didn't spend with that person. Right now, I would give up my soul to just spend 10 minutes to again go back to that day when I could just literally walk out of my house and walk her from the store to the house. Since of this whole story, don't be afraid to put your phone aside. Get your ass up and do something without asking Google, my bad. Because paths are made by walking, and difficult roads usually lead to beautiful destinations. Try to treat things in your life with respect, because your parents ready to put down their health and valuable time at their work. So once you can get a chance, give them a hug. Let them know how much you love them, respect what they do for you. Because the time, we don't have a lot of that in our life. You never know what will happen tomorrow. Cherish the time you spend with the people that are close to you, because we start to cherish when we lose someone or something. Learn it the hard way, really hard way. And never say mean words to your parents or loved ones out of anger. You know, your anger will pass, but the words you say to your loved ones or your parents, they'll scar forever. One more thing, never change for anyone. I personally have those words I always say to people that are around me. I exist as I am, and that is enough for me. I'm sorry, I won't change, take it or leave it. And thank you for your attention, and never forget to spend the time with your loved ones and family.
My man always come and drop that wisdom. So yeah, he'll teach you something too. You know what I mean? World history. I ain't took that class yet. Damn it. World history. All right, learn about different parts of the world, different struggles. And I bring that up because it's like it sounds different and it sounds boring to us, you know. But there are other people going through shit. You know what I'm saying?